Smash that subscribe button right now because the tea today is hotter than the Coachella desert itself. And baby, it's about to spill everywhere because Cardi B pulled up to Coachella thinking she was going to shut it down. But instead, she accidentally opened the floodgates for one of the messiest internet meltdowns of the year. And when I tell you the internet clutched its pearls and gasped for air, that's an understatement. Because from Getty Images to VIP twerking gone wrong, Cardi's BBL disaster wasn't just seen. It was smelled, it was screenshotted, it was zoomed in, and it was dragged from here to Pluto. And listen, it all started when some unfiltered Getty photos hit the net showing Cardi's backside looking less like a snatched goddess moment and more like a build-a-body experiment gone wrong. The photos were so shocking that Cardi allegedly had to pay to get them removed. But by that time, baby, it was way too late because the screenshots were circulating like wildfire. And if you thought the visuals were bad, folks who were actually at Coachella said the vibe around Cardi shifted faster than the Wi-Fi at a Motel 6, with some claiming the air around her changed dramatically once she and her crew started twerking. And if that's not a warning sign, I don't know what is. And the smell allegations started pouring in with witnesses describing it as hot Velveeta cheese mixed with high school locker room. And I wish I was joking, but it gets worse, because not only was her BBL giving melted candle energy, but her performance and movements were so awkward that people said it looked like her hips and her rhythm were in two different time zones. Her left side buffering while the right side tried desperately to catch up. And honey, the memes came faster than Cardi trying to clap back on Instagram Live. And speaking of IG Live, right after the backlash exploded, Cardi hopped on in a panic, talking a mile a minute, fake laughing, and throwing around "I'm still that girl" slogans like confetti at a pity party. But the real ones saw through it.
You come from nationalities that they praise thick girls, that they praise ass, they praise thighs, they praise all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna walk around my flat ass. Some of y'all happy with it, and that's great, but that just wasn't me when I was young, so.
Because baby, that wasn't confidence. That was a live-streamed identity crisis. And it didn't stop there because fans started putting the pieces together, realizing that ever since her rocky split with Offset, Cardi's been on a surgical glow-up tour that feels more like a desperate rebranding project than a self-love journey. From her chin tweaks to her new jawline, to her shrinking waist and ever-expanding hips, it's like she's playing a real-life Sims game, constantly editing herself in pursuit of an unattainable perfection that's slipping further away every day. And the saddest part is, people aren't even hating. They're heartbroken because the Cardi they fell in love with was raw, real, unfiltered, unapologetically Bronx.
Sometimes I like my baby post-up body, and sometimes I don't like it because I feel like my thighs got a little bit saggier and my stomach. I think I need a tummy tuck, but I don't want to cut myself from here to here. But I'll be more snatched like this.
But now, every time she pops out, it's a new face, a tighter waist, a stiffer silhouette, and fans are left asking, where did our girl go? And honestly, Coachella was supposed to be Cardi's big comeback moment, her "I'm independent, I'm unstoppable" glow up. But instead it turned into a viral cautionary tale about the dangers of chasing an identity built on surgical quick fixes.
But I just don't like this extra little skin, and it's not, I am a little, I'm a little heavier than usual, but I don't like it. I want to get rid of it. I think wavy, did me wrong. So I cannot wait to put out this song and do more things so I could get the out and do my surgery. I'm over it. Me and surgery goes together bad. But real bad. We go together real bad.
Because while she was smiling through the chaos, her body language was screaming, "Somebody please save me." And the thing is, it's not just Cardi. It's a cultural crisis where BBL culture has gone from being bold and empowering to being a copy-paste. Disaster factory where everyone looks the same, thighs not matching, waists cinched to oblivion, and the magic that once made it sexy now making it tragic. And Cardi, instead of leading the pack like she once did, looks like she's running after trends she used to set, desperate to prove she still has it, while the real ones just wish she'd realized she never lost it.
And all I'm gonna say is, right, that if you young, if you 19, if you 20, if you 21, and sometimes you too skinny, and you be like, oh my God, I don't got enough fat to put on my ass and everything, so you resort to, don't do it. Like, I am super against, I'm super against body limiters.
Because true star power isn't measured by how snatched your waist is or how round your hips are. It's measured by authenticity. And that's what's really slipping through Cardi's fingers. And it's painful to watch. Especially when the jokes about her BBL holding on by Wi-Fi hit a little too close to home. And while she keeps clapping back at haters, what she fails to see is that the concern is real. Not rooted in jealousy, but in sadness. Sadness that the bright, fearless Cardi, who once dragged trolls with a single bar, now looks like she's fighting herself harder than anyone else. And if that wasn't enough, let's talk about the moment when fans at Coachella said it got humid around her twerking crew. Like literal atmospheric changes happening because of the body heat and, allegedly, poor hygiene maintenance. And listen, BBL upkeep is no joke. It requires constant massages, draining, detoxing, and aftercare. And folks were quick to point out that skipping steps leads to infections, wounds, and yes, even smells. And Cardi herself admitted in the past that she had to get 95% of her illegal butt injections removed. But baby, when you're still stacking surgeries on top of surgeries without proper healing time, it's a ticking time bomb, and the visuals at Coachella were the explosion. And let's not act like this wasn't predictable, because every time Offset allegedly acts up, Cardi seems to run back to the surgeon's table, treating lipo and fillers like therapy sessions. But that kind of Band-Aid healing never works. And fans are exhausted watching her spiral behind rhinestones and new body parts. And it's not even about body shaming, because people genuinely want Cardi to win. But how can she win when she's fighting herself more than her haters? And that's the real heartbreak. That the Cardi who used to light up the stage with raw energy and Bronx attitude now looks like she's barely holding it together behind layers of makeup, surgery, and forced smiles. And listen, one fan said it best. Cardi's not fighting trolls anymore. She's fighting the mirror. And I can't even argue with that, because it's clear that her glow up has turned into a glow down. And Coachella was the proof. From the awkward dance moves to the stunned silence of the crowd to the viral clips where people focused more on the alleged smell than the music. And if that's not a sign that something's wrong, I don't know what is, because when your presence causes people to start tweeting about humidity levels instead of your performance, baby, it's time to pause and reflect. And not in a, let me book another surgery way, but in a, let me heal what's broken on the inside way. Because real confidence doesn't come from a surgeon's office. It comes from within. And the Cardi B who climbed from